Our creators is falling apart, and glory to Bahamut, obviously. We have had this conversation so many times before already. Every day it's some kind of different Arc creators is falling apart. Is it though, really? Well, probably no. But there are some interesting things that are happening in the game that should probably have some solutions or counterplay, because we have tools, opportunities, and other things like that where we can solve almost all the issues, but there are some things that still need a little bit working. And we're not even going to talk about that, screens where, you manage your gear crafting and all of that, which are absolutely ass and should be fixed. It is unbelievably bad, okay?
Hey, who the fuck Who's this guy?
Arc Raiders has officially...
That's you get for going with the free loadout. Hey, if you're going with the free loadout, don't be mad when someone kills you. You don't really have a chance.
Reached the point where teamwork is almost gone. And the crazy part is, nobody's doing anything to stop it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why players no longer trust each other, why the PvP meta is taking over, and whether this shift is going to kill...
I don't know, maybe this guy is American, but obviously regions are slightly different. And I'm from Europe. Currently, it is the trust era for us, okay? 2 days ago, it was the PvP era, okay? If you went to extract and you saw some other person, you were an idiot to not shoot them, okay? Because they were gonna shoot you and everyone knows it. Now, currently in Europe at least, yeah, we can literally extract in nighttime electromagnetic storms and whatever. People go to the extract and they're like, friendly? Well, I haven't shot you yet, haven't I? And people are like, fair play. Fair play, point taken. And you extract to get it, okay? But yeah, previously, it is kind of insane how these things change. Now, admittedly, one thing that people actually, I think, definitely have a point in speaking about not being legit is trees. Trees definitely do need fixing. And I'm not talking about the things that grow outside. The outside is stupid. But when you queue with randoms, okay? 2 days ago, I was tired of going solo, so my genius self decided I'm gonna queue with trees. So I queue up into 3 matches, literally in the course of less than 30 minutes. I lost around 120-ish K worth of loot because no one was using a microphone, and one guy every time just went and did their own thing. They just blazed off, did their own thing, and complete. Why the hell are you even queuing in trees if you're gonna just run, ignore everyone else, and just do your own thing and then get shot and instantaneously leave? Like, why would you do that? Like, how does that make sense? I'm so pissed. Yeah, that's the thing. So trees are pretty dead. So we do need a couple of fixes for that, maybe, okay? Some kind of report button, as in, this idiot queued for teammates, and then he just ran away and did something random and then died instantaneously, never said a word. We do need solutions for that, but everything else seems kind of fine. Again, it's just the meta shifts every couple of days. I'm sure by the time you're watching this video, if this is one day even too late, you're like, I'm playing in Europe and I'm getting shot every nanosecond. Well, maybe it's me shooting you. It is what it is, dude. You're free loot at the end of the day.
Arc Raiders, or is there still time to save it? And later in the video, I'm going to break down the 3 changes...
Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this and you're saying, oh no, the PvP is too deadly, I can't get any... Listen, if you have died 13 times in a row and have not killed anyone, that's just a skill issue, okay? Let's be completely honestly brutal. Arc Raiders does have a serious skill issue. There are people who legitimately have died 10 times in a row, and they don't even think that it's a skill issue, and they demand some kind of magical changes. No, you're just bad. The game doesn't need to be more friendly to PvE activities. You just need to not be trash, okay? Listen, if you're gonna be in spaceport, in the middle, near the tower, and just doing random things and standing like a target, of course you're gonna get shot, okay? How about you stop doing stupid things in obvious locations with no cover where everyone is literally tempted to shoot you because you look like a piñata? I think that's a solution for a lot of people.
Embark must make to fix this mess. When the game first came out, everybody was excited. We used to run into squads that would actually help you out. People used to use the don't shoot emote, and it actually
still happens. Still happens. My favorite part, though, is actually my recent favorite part is yesterday. Yeah, I was doing a night raid, and I was at the extracting green. What? Fuck! I forgot the map name. Lush Green, Green Hills. You know that one. Anyway, but and I got to the extract point, and there was one guy in there, and I was waiting to see someone because it's a night raid. I'm not extracting anyone. I'm shooting you. So that guy jumps in before me. I'm like, well, that's pretty bold. I jump in and I shoot him. And then then he starts yelling, "Why?" And then his friend jumps in because turns out he teamed up with someone in a night raid. Okay, and then I got both of them, and then we left because one of them pulled the switch, and because I was feeling like a petty little shit, I stitched the guy who was down, and he lost all his loot, and his friend was like, "Why would you do that?" Because you didn't allow me to loot you. That's why I did that. Well, actually, it was purely because I could. But you get the point.
Actually meant something. And slowly, something began to change. As some of the wonder of a brand new game started to fade, so did the players' willingness to cooperate. But why are we seeing the shift so soon? The game's barely been out a month so far. People are already starting to catch on to this shift. People have been posting online left and right about how the game feels so much different than it did in the beginning. We've also seen some slightly lower player numbers on...
I just want to actually prove my point because of these screenshots, because look at this. Look at this. So these, if 8 days ago,
posting online left
2 days ago,
and right about how the game
15 days ago, 3 days ago,
feels so much different than
1 month ago, 25 days ago,
than it did in the beginning.
This is not actually a lot of complaints about aggressive players, to be completely honest.
We've also seen some slightly lower player numbers on Steam charts and overall a stagnation of player growth. There are several...
Okay, that is an insane thing to say. This game that has been gaining players for a month straight is finally not taking over the world. Listen, no. Arc Raiders is alive and kicking.
Factors that contribute to the lack of trust and lack of cooperation between players. But before...
Listen, if you're gonna take a renegade and you're gonna shoot a wasp like that, okay? You can only blame yourself when someone inevitably betrays you, because my fucking god.
And lack of cooperation between players. But before we get into that, I do want to just say real quick that I am a really small creator. We're almost at 800 subs, and I appreciate you for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, just make sure to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. It helps the algorithm out a ton. Thank you guys so much.
Bro, like the video right now, my video.
Stop trusting each other is because it only takes one
Bro, you're in Stellamontis.
Experience for that trust to completely be eradicated. I've seen so many people posting about how they've been killed and betrayed by somebody who they thought was their friend, and now they're no longer going to trust anybody. The saying "a bad apple ruins the bunch" is a great metaphor for the way the game operates. It only takes a couple of people ruining the experience of others for pretty much everybody to stop trusting.
Okay, so this is bullshit because, again, the game was growing. I don't actually know, I haven't checked the Steam chart, but the game was literally growing and getting new peaks for a month straight, okay? So, the bad apple ruins the bunch is not actually true. Now, I understand that PvP in a game like this is kind of hard and arduous to a certain amount of people, because a lot of people don't want to be the dick who shoots first, but I mean, that's just something you kind of have to get over, okay? When the Clinker War starts, I mean, what are you gonna do? Well, what are you honestly gonna do?
Trusting one another. This is also a big contributor of the kill on sight that we're seeing now, because these people are no longer trusting to interact at all. So it just makes more sense to be able to just shoot them, get rid of them, get them out of your sight, because it is safer that way in almost every aspect. Most of the stuff throughout this video is purely subjective. It's based off my anecdotal evidence and what I've personally read and experienced.
Like, listen, this is the PvP battlefield, okay? You don't go in here, Steve. I have not had a single stellar Bontus experience where I'm like, oh, everyone's friendly. No. This is the killing field.
But there's one objective truth that really nobody can argue, and that is Embark, the developers, want this game to be cooperative. They have built this game and designed aspects of this game around cooperating with people that you're not partied with. If you look at the...
Now, granted, it is... When the rat meta was real, when everyone was just camping and waiting for you to extract and then shooting you in the back, which I experienced also, okay? I'm gonna kill you right out there in the field. But if you don't shoot me and you're like friendly, I'm gonna spare you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna spare you most of the time, at least. And it's a really great experience. But listen, the reason Arc Raiders is working so good is because we have solutions for most situations. If people are non-trusting, the solution is to shoot on sight. If people are trusting, then, well, I mean, press caps lock, not caps lock, but control a couple of times, so you do the bouncy thing, okay? But there needs to be something that, I think that should be added. There needs to be something that marks people who rat in extracts or do something like that. For example, if you shoot someone while both of you are in the extract and you have not been hostile with each other from the beginning, then you get like some kind of mark, okay? Your name gets redder or something like that. Because in reality, we would have solutions for this. In reality, people who do that would never get far in life because they aren't strong. You are not the strong, capable person if the best you can do is pretend that you're friendly and then backstab someone when you have the advantage. That is not what the strong do. That is the weak. And we, in reality and in games, call the weak. We have always done it. So, in real life, people would just flat out kill people who do anything like that. If someone finds out that you have done that in real life, if this was real life, yeah, you're instantaneously getting just sent to the Minecraft above. But in this game, there is nothing like that, because there would be precautions so people don't actually betray someone, at least at the extract, right? And this game doesn't have anything like that. Which I think, would be useful.
Queen and the Matriarch, they are clear examples that Embark wants you to work with people that you're not partied with to destroy the enemy. That is literally just baked into the design. But the rest of the gameplay incentivizes people to not work together. And that's why players are feeling so frustrated, is because the game wants you to work cooperatively, but they're not incentivizing it. And in 99% of the scenarios, it is in your best interest to not work together. Now, before anybody gets the chance to leave a comment about it, I don't have a problem with PvP in this game. I actually like it, and sometimes I'll go out and just go balls to the wall, shooting people on sight, and play the game however I want to. I don't think there's anything wrong with rats, people that sit in corners and wait for people to show up. I don't think there's anything wrong with betraying people. You're kind of a scumbag a little bit.
Yeah, but again, there should be something for betraying an extra, because that's just annoying.
But you know, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I think it's actually really cool that that's available to be in the game, because that adds a whole extra level of nuance to the whole game. So people that betray, I think they need to be in the game.
True.
I think that rats...
One of the things that's going to kill the game if they ever do it, if Embark ever actually really does it, is going to be like a separate PvP mode or PvE mode. Because that's going to make the game same. It's going to always be the same. And one of the great things about this game is the fact that every match feels different. Okay, every match feels different. But when you, if you're in a lobby and you know that you only need to worry about the arc, it's like, okay, who cares? Like, it's gonna be the same, and it's gonna get boring in like 10 matches or something. Once you're gonna go and kill a leaper, then you're gonna kill a bastion, then you're gonna kill the queen and the matriarch, and that's it. That's literally it. Also, those lobbies would instantaneously just turn into free farming queens and matriarchs, and that would kind of also be it, which would be a little bit lame, I guess.
Need to be in the game. I think that killing on site needs to be in the game. But I also feel like cooperation, since the developers clearly want it in the game, I think that needs to be a viable option. And that's why people are so frustrated with the game, is because they feel like they're being pulled one way, but then also pulled the other way, and the game is kind of lacking in identity. The meta shifts make sense. Like I said, 99% of the time, it is better to not trust anybody. It is safer. It is better to be the betrayer than the betrayee.
True.
Another problem is that there's a large amount of people that have already finished what the game really has to offer. They've done all the major things. They've finished their expedition. They're waiting for their reset. And now they have all this abundant amount of loot and they need to use it. It's not that fun to go out and just kill the arc.
Okay, you see this? Someone would actually be pissed about this. This is what I'm literally talking about, by the way. This is what I said at the start of the video. If you do this, you have no right to be mad, bro.
They're waiting for their reset, and now they have all this abundant amount of loot and they need to use it. It's not that fun to go out and just kill the arc. There's definitely people that enjoy that, but it's way more fun to kill people. So whenever you've got all these people that are lacking an objective, it just makes sense that they're going to go out and kill a bunch of people, which is then going to have trickle down effects to making all the other people play differently as well. It makes sense from a meta perspective. It makes sense why players are so frustrated. The only question left to answer in this video is, will arc raiders be able to keep what made it so special? The interactions that you have with other players. That's the charm of the game. Will it be able to keep that? Or is it doomed to lose it and become just another extraction shooter? This is a really tough question to answer, because not only does arc raiders as a game have an identity crisis, the community also has an identity crisis, and it also seems like the developers themselves have some sort of identity crisis. I truly believe that Embark wanted to add more cooperative elements to the game before it came out, but they probably felt pressured to keep it more of a stereotypical extraction shooter and only have a couple of cooperative elements to it. They've mentioned cooperative play quite a bit, and then you look at the matriarch and the queen, it's clear examples, and I think that them adding more of those elements so it doesn't de-incentivize killing other players, because I think, like I said earlier in the video, I think that you should always be allowed to be a rat. You should always...
Now, true. Now, granted, would I be for example, a mode that, you know, just adds 3 times more arc in the field, and you can queue as groups of like 3 or 4 maybe even, in a map that's filled with like 16 players and there's no PvP? That could be a cool mode, but it has to be like really hard or something, because if you're with good players and if you go as 3, it's like nothing really is even remotely threatening to you except other players. Even if you're solo, honestly, it's nothing's really ever gonna threaten you. For example, a leap around the extract elevator, bro, you can just circle the extract elevator and it's never gonna kill you. Speaking from experience, it's kind of actually hilarious what you can do.
Always be allowed to betray. You should always be allowed to kill on sight. Those are just innate things that need to be allowed because that's the type of game it is. But I think they need to add more cooperative elements to keep that side of the community and just keep what makes the game so special alive. I don't care what anybody says, the game is not doing so well because it has good graphics, because it has good gunplay, because it is just a fun game to play. No, it is doing so well because so many people can interact with each other and have so many cool moments. I mean, you look at how well it's doing on Twitch. It's not doing well on Twitch because it's an extraction shooter. No extraction shooters have done very well on that platform. It's doing well because there's so many interactions that are just so funny and so fun to be had.
Yeah, a game that actually allowed people proximity chat, while other slop fiestas like Ubisoft are like, oh no, proximity chat evil! It is what it is. Anyway, oh shit, he doesn't have an end screen. Anyway, that was Blue Aris, 10 out of 10. Bye.